Hello and welcome to the Sunday special episode of the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana. How are you? What's going on? What's the haps?
I'm good. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
How are you celebrating Father's Day? By posting a
Not
picture of
being
your
a
dad?
I'm going to post. I've never done that. Have you done the post?
Years ago, maybe. Back when like Instagram was first a thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, I've never.
Just as like an excuse to post a picture of you as a kid or something.
The patriarch of our family. You've been there for thick and thin. You paid for my cell phone even until I'm 39.
Did you get him a gift?
Yeah, well, he asked for something very specific, so it was hard for us to find.
What did you get him?
I think he was missing 2 clubs from his set.
Okay.
So he wanted like used versions.
So you had to go find them?
We had to go find it. It was like a treasure hunt.
Oh,
We
wow.
found one of them.
It's a very thoughtful gift. I guess he asked for it.
He literally said,
it's
"This
very
is what I
thoughtful for
want."
himself.
Right. Well, it makes things easy.
Right.
You know?
You always get a gift on Father's. Does that ever like end?
My mom is so, it's funny because like my dad's easy to shop for and my mom is like, why would we even try?
Do you get her any? You don't get her anything?
We get flowers and a card. We're like, we're done. We're not playing this game.
And you get your dad a real gift.
We've done for my dad before. We used to do food of the month clubs every time.
Interesting.
And then my mom was like, stop.
Food or fruit?
Food.
Okay.
Like we've done fruits, we've done nuts, we've done
Wow.
jerkies, we've done. My mom at a certain point was like, stop sending all the food. It's going to waste. Because it kept coming every month.
Right.
Pickles, we did because it was like fun to like find a food of the month club, but you run out of stuff pretty quickly. You forget.
I'm kind of surprised that you guys still do gifts. I don't feel like you're a gift-giving family.
No.
Do you get birthday gifts from your parents?
Gifts are easier than cards, almost, like because you can like send it off.
Well, that's why I like. That's why I like a card.
Right, a card. Go fuck myself. It sucks.
You mean like go fuck me?
Right.
Myself. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you do for Father's Day?
I don't really. We don't really do gifts.
No?
Anymore. No. I took like for Mother's Day. I took my mom to lunch. That was
Card? Do they want a card? Flowers?
fuck them. I'm not getting them.
Guess these cards aren't so easy.
No, I mean I'm gonna be in Cannes this year for Father's Day.
You and I both.
Yes.
Cannes is awaiting us.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
We'll be celebrating no one's father there.
No, right
Pear
now,
Day.
if you're listening, we are on the beach, bottle of wine, chilling.
The life.
The life.
Yes.
Thanks to you and your listenership.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this podcast. Thank you for telling a friend, a coworker. We will be posting stories. We're going to do an episode from there. We got to do an episode from there.
Yeah. We'll set it up.
Right.
Yes.
We'll set it up. So, what else? What are we talking about today? Should we jump right in? Is this a world record for this podcast?
And 25 seconds.
Well, we're taping our 3rd episode of the day. So
Yes.
this is really when you get us
sweaty. Yes.
At our wicks end when it comes to your issues. Like,
well, last week we gave you an hour-long Sunday special. That's
True.
not happening again. I'm sorry.
ain't gonna happen.
At least not this week.
No, this is Cannes week.
Can.
We cannot do that long today.
Exactly. And you've already perfected all your breakup texts, right?
That's
your
right.
Can breakup texts. I cannot do this.
I cannot meet you for the date tonight. I will be in Cannes. What are we talking about today?
Okay.
I'm on the road. If you want to come out to the How You Doing tour, I'm going to be
You look like Tevye.
Yeah, I'm Tevye. It does kind of
It
go.
all comes together.
It all does come together. If you're listening now, we are in Cannes, Nashville. I'm going to be there for the weekend doing a show. Nashville was the last city I did before I ended up
taking a break.
No, getting the Netflix special.
Oh, it's a good luck charm.
It's
Netflix.
a good luck
I
charm.
love Nashville.
Love Nashville.
I've only been for this podcast, maybe, or like other for work.
Nashville's. You've gone for you went for the drink.
Yeah. I went for faux pas.
Faux pas. Yeah, I remember when you went for that, and you went for the Crystals woman.
Oh yeah. I don't think we talked about that on the show.
I thought we talked about it on benefits.
No, that was a different Reiki healer that I had.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up.
That's okay. No, you're right. I've been 3 times.
Yeah.
You know well, you have
I
a
know
log
your
of my
Nashville
Nashville
life.
trips. Yeah, I went once. We had a U Up show
Yeah.
there. And I remember we got nachos.
Got some notch.
They were great.
Yeah.
And then I went with Sammy for faux pas, and we went to see like one of the. I feel like in Nashville, it's very cool that they have those, like in sort of like the way that they have comedy shows here. I feel like they have like country
Right.
music shows there.
Anywhere they could just pop up
It's like
in front of you.
right, and they're all so good.
Yes,
it's kind
yes,
of like
yes.
seeing comedy in New York. It feels like
You could be in Brooklyn and New York and see great comics in the
Right.
same way on Broadway. You could just be at a hotel bar and then they're like, yeah, we do music.
Right,
And then
it's like the best live music you've ever heard before
Right.
in your life.
It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. No,
So-
I've figured out how I like Nashville now. I stay in this area that I really like. And it's not like the Broadway.
It's not on the street where all
no.
the things. That's where
The
we
honky
stayed when
tonk.
we went.
Yeah, and it was
2019.
loud. So, Nashville, West Hampton Beach, Cleveland, Sacramento, Atlantic City, Newark, New Jersey. I'm adding more dates. Got some weird ones that are going to come up in the fall, but we'll get to those in the fall. But yeah, what are we talking about
Let's
today?
do it. All right, I'll read our email. Hi, Jane. We're doing a petty or prudent. We love these.
We love these.
Is it petty or is it prudent? We're going to find out.
Okay.
Hi, Jane. Love the podcast. Thanks for making me laugh every week. Hopefully my petty or prudent situation will make you laugh as well. We'll see. Around 6 months ago, I matched with a guy on Tinder, and we went back and forth on the app before it fizzled out, probably because I pretended I didn't have a Snapchat. LOL. 3 months later, he messaged me on the app, but this time was more direct on asking me on a date, so I obliged.
Okay.
The date went great. I thought he was very handsome and funny and that we were compatible enough for a second date. The second date a week later was just as good as the first, but as he was about to leave for a work trip for 3 weeks, we didn't immediately plan another. I didn't hear from him at all during those 3 weeks, and before you think, oh, maybe he's too busy working, I checked his Tinder and he updated his bio to indicate he was in fact actively searching in his temporary city.
You mean to tell me the guy who wanted to exchange Snapchats,
Yes.
who
6
then
months
came
ago.
back later for a date?
Didn't immediately delete the apps
Oh my God.
after your date. He, of course, texted me when he returned, and as I was about to be traveling on and off for the next 3 weeks myself, I decided to try to schedule a date before I left. He agreed, but then went radio silent. When the weekend arrived with no word from him, I was annoyed about being ghosted, so I decided to end it on my terms instead. I went with a route that would make me laugh, call him out for his behavior, and leave our ending lighthearted. I wrote and sent him his own obituary, screenshot attached. I giggled through the whole writing process, and all my friends thought it was hilarious. Only one of my guy friends called me dramatic, but he was laughing with the rest of us. Tinder guy must be truly dead because he didn't respond. Not even a ha-ha reaction. So petty or prudent, you sent your ghoster his own obituary. Sincerely, a grieving bitch. P.S. Today, a month after his death, he's reaching out from beyond with a text that says, hey, they really do always come back, Jordana. All right, let's read these texts.
All right. I'll be him.
Okay. What's your schedule like this week/weekend? I'd like to see you again before I go on and travel the next week.
I think we can make something happen Friday or Saturday.
Yay. I'm thinking you could take me dancing, or the Shack is having a taco festival we could go to. Okay, then he says nothing.
Nothing. I guess the taco festival's not happening.
And this was like 4 days later?
So Tuesday
3
she
days
sent
later.
that
Yeah,
text.
3 days later.
Friday she comes back.
And she puts emojis of the tombstone, and she wrote, in loving memory of blank, it is with great sorrow and confusion that we announce the passing of blank, who tragically failed to respond to the promise of dancing or tacos earlier this week. Known for his disappearing acts, blank leaves behind a trail of unread messages and unfulfilled plans. And then today, which I can only assume is June.
Right. Hey.
A month after his, a month later.
He writes with a 2Y hey.
Hey. That's bold to respond with, to
Not
write,
even acknowledge
it.
her
Yeah.
fun, loving approach.
I think it's cute that she did.
I think it's cute. I just want to there's some feedback here.
Sure.
And I'm only responding to what she wrote. They always come back. Yeah. To this.
Right.
Because this isn't you
In
angry.
the same way they left.
Right. The
Yeah.
same way they left. You aren't really that angry.
Right.
You didn't end it. You just said.
Well, maybe she's not that angry.
You're making
She's
fun.
just,
Yeah, she doesn't seem it.
Right. But she does seem like she's made sure it's dead.
I don't think so.
No?
I would read that and I'd be like, I guess she doesn't take this too seriously. I'll be back when I'm ready.
Okay.
But I guess I would be more, hey, sorry this weekend didn't work out. This is funny. I would hope.
Right. Yeah, he seems not fun.
Right. He's not being fun with this. He's not letting her. Being fun is letting someone else be fun and funny.
Well, I would say with this situation, it's kind of like when someone tells you who they are, believe them.
Right.
And like the way it begins is the way it ends.
Right.
And the way it began was she wouldn't give him a Snapchat, so he stopped talking to her.
Uh-huh.
And then like this seems nothing about this exchange is surprising. They go on one good date. He leaves, doesn't text her at all.
Right.
He's not looking to date.
Well, he never wants to have fun on their terms.
Right.
Like it's always fun on my terms.
Right. When I'm in a jokey.
When I want the Snapchat, you better have fun with me on Snapchat or I'm gone. You know, when I make the date and then I don't really make it, you better, you know, and then, or I'm gone, you know, the fact that he couldn't even do a haha reaction to her.
And then text her as if nothing happened. So disrespectful.
Yeah, that's more.
I would block.
I don't think this is petty. I don't think it's prudent.
Right.
I don't think it gets you to.
If she really doesn't give a shit, then I think fine, have some fun.
He's a dog. When you're dealing with a dog, the dog's going to play with you.
Right.
You're playing with the dog. Your rest in peace
Right.
is playful. So the fact that he couldn't be playful back, if he was playful back, these two would have hooked up and been right back with another ghosting at some point down the road.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's done you a favor almost. Right. He didn't like buy. I'm surprised he didn't respond to anything to that.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But also, I mean, I liked her first text. When's your schedule like this weekend? And then she like shows excitement.
Right.
I don't even know if I would call this. Would you call this ghosting?
No.
That's more of the interesting question to me. Did he ghost her?
I think we can make something happen Friday or Saturday. Yay, I'm thinking you could take me dancing on the Shack, or the Shack is having a taco festival we could go to.
If she had followed up and been like, so are you thinking Friday?
Right.
Then I need an answer. Then I think it would be a ghost.
We should do that as a game, ghost or not.
Yeah. I don't think this is ghosting.
I
would say he's not interested in the same way that she is.
Right.
But I wouldn't call it ghosting.
Right. Or interested in the same thing.
I don't think he's looking to date in like a mature way. From the Snapchat, from the hey, with no explanation.
No, he's not even looking to communicate with her.
It's so crazy that men do this. Like, what is his thought? To me, if someone sent me a text like that, the idea of reaching out to them with a hey, with no acknowledgement of what they just said, would just be deranged to me.
Yeah, I think men specifically, a lot of times when they're not fun, they are not fun.
Right.
Like, if they want to be like, to me, there's a joke angle to this. You got called out. That's fun. She used the emojis. She wrote a fun thing. Like, it's not even like, I think this isn't even like a fun sparring partner for a situationship. Never mind. Dating's out of the question, but like, hey, like.
It's not even a good mind game.
Right. You didn't even.
Right.
I'm playing with you.
Yeah, at least have some banter.
Right. So I don't think it's petty. That's why I don't think it's prudent. Like, you're dealing with someone who's not even like.
I think right. It would have been
maybe
prudent.
It's prudent to find out that he's not a fun person.
I guess it would have been prudent for her to just be like, "Hey, I guess you're not interested. I guess you're not looking to hang out. Wish you luck with everything."
Right. Really ending it is, hey, since you didn't send a plan, so I'm just gonna end this for us because I'm looking for someone who's planning.
Yeah, I guess this is almost like a little too flirty to be prudent.
Oh, I would take this as like anything goes. She's cool. This chick's down. Let's do an email. You ready?
Yeah, you want to read it?
J&J, feather, longtime listener, not a first-time caller, but maybe this will be my first email read on the show. I come to you with an interesting way of dating right now, and I'd love your thoughts. I currently live in Philly, and I'm planning to move to NYC next year. For further context, I work in NYC every week and have friends and family there, so I tend to split my time somewhat evenly between the two cities. I've had this plan for a while, but now I'm officially a year out from the move. I saw a TikTok a few months ago talking about dating with an expiration date, aka dating in your current city, knowing that you're about to move to a new one, with the goal of just throwing yourself out there with no grand expectations or pressure. I think the OP I think the OP sold it as a way to let go a bit with dating and just have fun and learn more about yourself along the way. The original proprietor?
The original poster. Original poster.
I decided to give this a try and put on my Hinge. One thing you should know about me is that I'm planning to move to NYC next year with my looking for set for short-term relationship. I've been trying to this since January, and while I've definitely let my walls down and have dated guys I wouldn't have normally dated, I can't help but feel like this sucks. I'm someone that gets attached very easily and have already caught feelings for someone that recently ended things with me. So my question for you both is, can you really date with an expiration date? Am I just setting myself up for failure even though the point is to have fun? Is it for more confident people and not so much for an anxious attached person like myself? I also toyed with the idea of setting my location to NYC early, but even the idea of a mid-distance relationship between Philly and New York seems more than I can handle right now. Would love to hear your thoughts in this whole concept. If it may be staying single this next year is my better move. Signed, hurting my own feelings.
See, this is the problem with TikTok advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's one size fits all.
Right.
And that's not the case.
No.
Like, she's not looking for a short-term relationship. So I don't know why she would write that. She literally just said, I'm moving and looking for a short-term relationship, which would invite people who would think she's casual looking for a short-term relationship. And then at the same time, she's writing, I get someone ended it with me and I'm really upset. It's like, you're not looking for that. So don't try to pretend to be someone who's cool and looking for that.
Also, we don't.
Cool with that. I'm saying cool with cool with that.
Right.
Like someone who's playing it cool. And I think that's the biggest disservice you can give to yourself is when just because you say something doesn't mean that's who you are.
Right. And if this whole experiment is to learn something about yourself, you did. You learned you
don't like that.
This.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess that's a win. Yeah, I'm with you. This is, I mean, the whole premise of dating with an expiration date is women telling other women, date like a guy.
Right.
And
or like this concept of you should just try to have fun and not
right.
turn
And that's
everything.
how most guys seemingly that people have issues with date.
Right.
So I
but just because you say it doesn't make it so.
Right. Right. And I guess the thing that they're saying will make it so is that you have this expiration date. So you get to clean the slate. If nothing happens here, move on to the next city.
Right.
And you'll be good. But it's like, that's not for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, is she surprised that she wrote, I'm moving in a few months and looking for a short-term relationship, and she found people who have gone on a few dates and then not wanted to date?
Right. You make yourself kind of a target.
Right.
And I wouldn't even, if I was to do this, if I was to advise for this like expiration date thing, don't put looking for short.
Right.
Like,
that's not true.
Just date.
Yeah.
Like, and knowing you're leaving and that you'll have a whole new group of men that you can go through the next city, which is great. But I
don't think you need to advertise it.
Right. I think that would be my.
Because if someone advertises it, to me, if I'm dating, that means they really want me to know that. Like if I was on a dating app in New York and the guy wrote moving in 3 months to San Francisco, I would say, okay, this person really wants me to know that they're not looking for something serious. So if I am looking for something serious, I'm not swiping on that person. And if I'm not, I am. So you're basically asking for what you don't want.
Right. And right. And if, especially like to, I guess, learn from dudes, open to short, open to long.
Open to.
Is that what it is? I'm open to short term or long term.
Or just sex. Yeah.
Well, that is the mindset, is that you're open to short term because it's built in, but would stay in something if it was the real deal.
Right.
And
I mean, isn't everyone?
That's the point. Is like, I don't know why the city is dependent. There's so many people out there that are like, well, I could make it work with someone that's in Thailand. And and it's like, I don't understand that perspective. But there's a lot of people that think that way that are also sitting there being like, well, I got to make sure I write that I'm leaving town soon. It's like, why don't you be a little bit, why don't you be more chill about the move than the relationship status? Right.
Yeah. See what happens.
Right. So I don't think she's a loser for not being able to handle this. I don't think it's for her.
No. I didn't mean not.
No.
Cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that. But She seems hard on herself even here. She's like,
Well,
hurting my own feelings. Like, you're going to be fine. Like, and maybe taking time to dating the way you feel best and being upfront about it. I think what you're saying is so true. Like, let's not start on a lie.
Right. Yeah. And if you don't want to date anyone in your city because you're leaving and you don't want to get attached to anyone and you're leaving soon, that's also fine.
Right. Right. Or you can go on a date. Yeah, I'm moving in 2 months, but looking to get to know someone.
Yeah. Would stay for the right guy.
Well, we solved dating again.
We did it. Proud of us. And we'll be
In
back.
a tight 27. Look at us.
That's impressive for us.
It's pretty good.
We jumped right in-ish.
And we'll be back on Wednesday.
Bye. The U Up Podcast is produced by Candace Maniga and Shannon Sassone. Editing by Jorge Morales-Pico and Shannon Sassone. Social media by Candace Maniga. Be sure to follow at u.up.podcast on Instagram and send us your emails to uup@betches.com.